Congratulations, Nick.
Thank you.
It's a great and an honor to have you a part of the 2021 Silver Beaver class for the Northern Star Scouting.
Thank you. I'm honored.
I have learned some fascinating things about you. I don't even know where to begin, but let's talk. I understand that, I like to shop, and I've talked about it, earlier today, but I heard you shopped and bought a great big wall. Do you want to share with us about that wall?
Yeah, so in the past, there was Victoria had a event that they have every year, and I got to know the coordinator for that event, and he came up and he asked, your Boy Scout troop, would you be interested in running a wall for this Volksfest event? And I says, oh, sure. So, I met with him, and then I met with the lady that owned the wall, and we had it all planned to set up, use the wall for the event and have the scouts run it. And we did some training and stuff on the wall. However, that year we actually got rained out, so I picked up the wall, I brought it back, and I had to take it back to the owner. In the meantime, the owner was thinking of selling the wall, and I was thinking it's a great, event for scouts, church groups, anything like that, and there's not a wall in the area. So I did. With me and him, we worked out an agreement, that I would bring it back to Volksfest and use it there for the following years. And so I purchased it and been using it for church organizations, Carver County Fair, a lot of other events. Teen Challenge was another event. And it's been a really good outing for the kids. And fall camporees, some camporees, we brought it out there too. So it's a good get out.
How wall will travel.
Yes, it's a 24-foot wall, so it's a very good activity for the mid-range groups as well as the young groups too.
Well, and I understand that you got it into Ridgedale.
That's an interesting story. So Ridgedale, we talked about having a wall there, and they said, yes, we want the wall there. Looking over with the site manager and stuff, and I told him the dimensions and everything, and that day when he said, oh yeah, we've had big equipment in here before. So I went and pre-looked at it and everything, and I'm kind of saying, well, it's going to be kind of hard to get a truck in here to get it into the position. So I actually designed a mule, a little three-wheel mule to actually hook onto the hitch. It's 6,000 pounds to pull it in and back it into the spot. So the funny thing is, when I showed up, the wall wouldn't fit through the opening to the mall. So the maintenance guy had to cut off one of these posts in front of the door.
Yeah, those, yeah.
Ballast, so that was interesting day. So we did get it in there and everything worked and it was fine. The funny story too is when I was moving it out, they couldn't get the doors open. So, they told me.
It's still at Ridgedale?
No, that was, a long time ago. But, the only time you can get it out is in the morning when there's no traffic and people.
Oh.
So I told them it has to come out today, and I went to my truck and I got a vice grip, and I was able to get the lock to unlock, and then we got it out. So, it was a stressful event.
Wow.
Coming up to it, but it worked out.
Now, do you bring all the gear that goes with wall climbing then and everything too? So.
Yep. So I, harnesses, helmets, bring all the gear, and the scouts that actually ran it, they actually helped me before other events, and then I use it as a fundraising event for the scouts when they went to the World Jamboree.
I also hear that you're somewhat of a music man.
So the story on that, I do like music. I do play trumpet. In high school, I played trumpet. Guitar, I got 12-string bass guitar, and I play a little piano. But how I got into the music was unknown fact for most people is that my dad was actually in a band for 15 years. My dad's name's Marinus Fasching. He, the name of the band was the Wally Pickle Band. And this
Sounds like a polka band.
it's a polka band.
Oh, it is, okay.
So the Wally Pickle's claim to fame is that he can play 3 trumpets on a pogo stick. And I'm not kidding. So you can Google that, Wally Pickle, P-I-K-A-L. That was his deal. So it was a really interesting, time in my life when I'm actually a very good polka dancer, because when Dad played with the band, my mom and my 2 sisters would go along with them, and somebody had to dance with Mom. So
There you go.
Yeah.
Wow, what a lucky wife. She's like, most guys don't like to dance. You probably really can kick it up out there.
It's a lost art, I'd say now that it's not. You don't see as much polka anymore.
So now we've learned something that nobody really knows
Yeah.
about you, right? Well, now I understand now, with your dad being a trumpet player and you were a trumpet player, when your father passed, you also had the opportunity of playing taps at his funeral.
Yeah. So it started. My dad passed away. Actually, Wally Pickle. Actually, a few of his bandmates showed up. And I told, he was in the service, my dad was in the service, and we asked the local veteran organization if they would have an honor guard for him. And I knew some of these members that were from the town when I grew up,
Right.
the dads. And I asked them if I could play taps for my dad's funeral. And they said, sure, sounds good. So just the unselfish act of these veterans, honor guard, coming out to, a person that's been in the military, in the service, and being there for them. I offered to them, if you ever need a bugle player, from now on, just let me know, I'll be there. So since then, I've been bugling for that organization and other organizations that need a bugler.
That is absolutely fantastic. Now, do you do some fundraising with that as well, for that organization?
So the organization is called Flags in Honor of Minnesota, and we we do a car show event for veterans. We started an honor guard group with that organization also to help out the local area veterans that need honor guard assistance,
Right.
as in bugle or as in a rifle squad.
Right.
We were able to purchase 4 M1 Garand rifles to assist them with the ceremonies and stuff. So, yeah.
How amazing. I bet you really enjoy it. And what a way to be able to continue and, I guess, play music even, in honor of your father, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's the least that I can do for, the veterans that are out there.
Yeah. Let me ask you a quick question. In terms of the time that you've spent in the scouting world and with youth, when you are at an Eagle Board of Review, we always ask the scouts about, what is the most important point of the scout law for them. What is your most favorite or what you see as most important of the scout law?
So, to me, the most important of the scout law, I don't particularly pick one. Mm-hmm. I say it's all 12 points of the scout law, because with all of them together, they all interact with the way you want your scout to be. So it's all tied together. I mean, you could pick one out.
But they all make one.
They all make one to make a full scout. Yeah.
That's a wonderful answer. Let me ask you something. What is your most memorable experience in your scouting history?
So my most memorable event in scouting was going to the World Jamboree. I was asked to be an assistant scoutmaster for the World Jamboree, and knowing that this will be an opportunity for a lifetime opportunity for some scouts in my troop at the time, and for scouts in the district. So recruitment was initiated and fundraising was initiated to, get the word out that this is going to be probably a once-in-a-lifetime event for a lot of these scouts. So the so going to World Jamboree, actually seeing the different cultures, and you're on a world stage with different cultures of different scouting organizations. And when I asked the scouts, what did you learn from this event? And they would say, there's some have different, even though they're different cultures, basically we're all the same. So that was their response, and it was really interesting to see their point of view, and I totally agree with that.
That's interesting because it made me, when you were talking, it made me reflect on something that Lord Baden-Powell said over 100 years ago, is that when scouts get together from all over, together, they all see one thing. And it's amazing because you know that our future is in great hands if we keep helping these scouts grow and develop. If you had an opportunity to talk to somebody today that said, hey, Nick, why should I get involved in scouting? What would you say? Because you're a guy that's been in all different aspects.
Well, I look at it like it's an opportunity for the youth. These days, there's not a lot of opportunity that you can learn leadership skills. You can learn, the greatest thing is merit badges. There's so many different trades out there. You get to meet with a tradesman and actually see how these, skills are used, and then they can give them a better idea on where they want to go in their life. I mean, if there's something that, they're not exposed to, like an opportunity, how will they know? So scouting is, one of the best organizations that I know of that builds our youth into leadership positions, and we see it all over the world. People that are scouting have scouting backgrounds.
Terrific. Thank you so much, and thank you for everything that you do. And, I just hope someday I get to see you on the road pulling that wall. And I'll just follow wherever you go so I can climb a wall for the first time.
Yep, it's quite an experience. Even when I even go up on the top, and it's exhilarating coming down. So.
Oh, I bet. Thank you so much, and congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.